All right, it's 2 o'clock. So good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jose Lopez. I'm a human resource analyst here at Toyota Motor Manufacturing, Texas. And my personal safety commitment is to practice a safety-first mindset in my day-to-day activities. So I want to welcome everybody today to our 2020 ATMA Summer Internship Report Out, which for the first time is being done in this virtual format. As such, we're going to do our best to provide a great experience for everybody, which is going to include an opportunity at the end for some Q&A. Please note that this session is being recorded. By staying on the call, you consent to being recorded. And also, if you would please mute your mic until the end of the meeting, I would appreciate it. Okay, so let's get started. So here at Toyota, we're very proud of the cars and trucks that we build for our customers. But even more important than that is how proud we are of our people. Because at Toyota, it's not just about building cars and trucks. It's about helping people find their passion, develop, and build their careers within our organization. So today specifically, I'm very proud of the 13 young men and women that were part of our internship program, because this summer, they made the decision to explore manufacturing as a potential career option. So I'm excited to hear about their experience, and I hope you are too. So let's get started with the agenda. So the agenda for today, in a few minutes, I'll go over just a brief overview of the ATMA program. Then I'll turn it over to the interns themselves. We'll start with Madeline Castro, who was chosen by her peers to be the class representative. Then we'll review the ATMA presentations. We'll have some time for some Q&A. That'll be followed by some closing comments by HR Manager Mary Batch, and then we will close out. Okay, so what is the ATMA program? So first of all, it's a partnership with the Alamo Academies. These 13 young men and women during the school year attend the Advanced Manufacturing and Technology Academy program created by the academies. In the summer, we then provide an opportunity for them to explore career options within the manufacturing field. Hands-on, real-world exploratory learning is what we provide. Now, this program is not just a one-and-done deal. We at Toyota have created a pathway to fill full-time skilled team members within our organization. So if you note the yellow box on this slide, that's the internship. Next year, these students will graduate high school. At that point, they will have options, as noted by those first two yellow arrows. Their option will either be to continue four-year education in college, maybe go to the military, go into the workforce, or they can go to our step 2 of our pathway, which is the Advanced Manufacturing Technician program, a 2-year associate's degree, which coincides with part-time employment here at Toyota. After that 2-year program, they then become eligible to become full-time team members here at Toyota. So for us, that is a pathway we created. So this is just one step of that pathway. And I'm happy to say that since the inception of this program in 2011, we have 23 former ATMAs that are now full-time Toyota team members. Okay, so let's talk about this year's internship specifically. As I mentioned, we have 13 interns representing 7 different high schools across the greater San Antonio area. Their time here is really broken up into 3 phases. The first phase is Toyota Core Development Training. We want to make sure that they understand our culture, our safety culture, our Toyota Way culture of continuous improvement and respect for people, and our culture of teamwork. So for the first week, they're educated and participate in activities to help give them a better understanding of that culture. That's followed by their hands-on internship on the manufacturing floor. They're divided into teams, and they are rotated through the 5 different core departments within our plant, starting with press and ending with assembly. Then, at the end of every week, in order to not only talk about their experience, but get some feedback for ourselves, we have Friday weekly reflection meetings. During these reflection meetings, we ask them, what types of technical skills did you learn, or did you get a chance to explore? What are some strengths? What are some things that you enjoyed about the internship? What are some opportunities that you saw for us to get even better next year? And then we also ask them, what type of life skills do you think you developed throughout the course of the week? But enough of me talking. We're here to talk about the interns. So what I want to do right now is call up the 2020 ATMA class representative. Her name is Madeline Castro out of Hardendale High School. And again, she was chosen by her peers to be this year's representative. Madeline.
Hello, everybody. My name is Madeline Castro. I go to Harlandale High School, and I'm an ATMA intern with Toyota Motor Manufacturing, Texas. My personal safety commitment is to follow all COVID-19 protocols to ensure the safety of my teammates and I. Today, I'm going to be talking on behalf of my fellow interns and I. So basically, I'd like to start off by just saying thank you to everybody who made this whole entire internship process, especially with everything going on right now. From Jose, Maurice, our mentors, and all of the other team members that helped us along the way. You know, they really stepped up to the plate with all of the safety standards and making us feel comfortable being here. I'd also like to say thank you to all of our parents. You know, they take time out of their day just to wake up so early to bring us here and pick us up. So that takes a lot, and they played a really big role in our success. I talked to a lot of my fellow interns and asked them how their experience was, and a lot of them had a lot of different things to say, but one common thing was their emphasis on how well Toyota worked with us and how well they kept us safe and emphasized safety as like the #1 priority. Lastly, I'd just like to say how proud I am of all of my fellow interns. We grew a lot, and some of us are completely different people. So even if we do part ways and we don't come back to the AMT program, I know that all the memories we've made here and the knowledge we learned won't be taken away from us no matter what. Thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna begin talking about press, my team members and I. So my name is Kimberly Agüero. I currently attend McCollum High School, and I'm an ATMA intern with TMMTX. My personal safety commitment is that I will acknowledge the hazards I encounter daily and to ensure that the correct PPE is acquired in order to maintain a safe working environment.
My name is Nathaniel Reyes, and I attend Southwest Legacy High School. I am an ATMA intern at TMMTX, and my personal safety commitment is to always follow safety procedures so that myself and team members are safe.
Hello, my name is Kenny Martinez. I attend Jubilee San Antonio, and I'm an ATMA intern at TMMTX. My personal safety commitment is to value safety behavior and make my team members to the best and safest industrial athletes. So during our internship, we learned about Toyota's culture, which is known as the Toyota Way. The Toyota Way is based on continuous improvement and respect for people. It also entails 5 values, and today we will be reviewing those 5 values. As y'all can see, we got challenge. And the definition for challenge is we form a long-term vision, meeting challenges with courage and creativity to realize our dreams. The quote we chose was creativity, challenge, and courage, the 3 C's, Shoichiro Toyota. We chose this one because it specifically describes the Toyota members. That's what if you were to describe them, that's what they basically are. What's it called? Team leaders need to have the courage to take time to lead the other people, and they had to face challenges, and they had to be creative.
So in the shop, we were required to wear hard hats, face shields, well jackets, lockout, tag out, because we did lock out a couple times, Kevlar gloves when it was appropriate, and steel-toed boots and earbuds. But due to COVID, we were required to wear face masks and face shields. So these were the PPE that we had to wear in the shop. For the process, it was pretty simple. We started off at an online supplier, which sent blanks to receiving, and from receiving, we then went to washers, and from washers, the blanks were sent to racks, where the racks were then sent to 2A and 3A, which then were sent to AP, which is basically inspection and looking for defaults. And after AP, they would be sent to either body weld or Mexico, because we do supply other places, to drift off from that part. Receiving also sends some of its blanks to TR, which is another part of the shop. And after TR, it would go to AP. And from AP, again, it would go to either body weld or Mexico.
In press, the curriculum was based off fabrication. And in fabrication, we had started off with welding, welding, grinding, drilling, scribing, and tap and die. And we used all those in order to make a 6-sided die. We also used assembling and disassembling a taco unit and a coupling. The taco unit is an oil pump used in press, and a coupling is used on a robot arm to hold and have tension on whatever needs to be rotated. We also had sorting HDAs, which is a big part of Toyota, so we don't have to go and buy new parts. We can use it and have reusable resources. My reflection is that I came in with high hopes for this program because in 5th grade I had learned about this program and I wanted to do manufacturing and wanted to learn more about it. So the program here is a good example of get my feet wet on something that I want to do. And my pathway is I plan to join the ATMA program after high school to continue learning.
Overall, I didn't really know what to expect from this program, but I did take away some new skills such as responsibility, time management, and adaptability, which I think are really good skills to know for my future. I plan to finish college and just explore all my opportunities and see if I find something that I'm really passionate about.
So for my reflection, the experience was great. Everybody accepted me good here. They all treated me right. They're really respectful. It was a huge family. They brought me in like a family, and what's it called? It's the Toyota family. For me, what I expected first was just a car dealership. I was like, it's nothing much. They make cars, but in reality, all the team members care for each other, and they always look out for each other, and they even worry about their customers, and they always want feedback so they can expand and grow. My pathway is to join the A&T program and learn new things. I want to keep expanding my knowledge and keep growing and more what I learn. Also, hopefully one day I'll be a huge, great team leader.
Good afternoon. My name is Sharon Velasquez. I am from Memorial High School. My personal safety commitment is to always wear the correct PPE to keep myself and those around me safe.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Leonardo Cortez, and I'm from Southwest Legacy High School. I'm currently an ATMA intern at TMMTX, and my personal safety commitment is to always hold my peers accountable on being aware of the surroundings because we never know what hazards are around.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jonathan Barron. I currently attend McCullum High School, and my personal safety commitment is to ensure me and my teammates are well informed by asking plenty of questions. And the value we have was Kaizen, which is defined as we improve our business operations continuously, always driving for innovation and evolution. And the quote we chose was, "Be ahead of the times through endless creativity, inquisitiveness, and pursuit of improvement." And we chose this quote because we saw it come to life when one of the weeks here, we saw firsthand team members updating robots in the training cell, which is planned to be put online to make the process more effective.
In body weld, the required PPE are a hard hat, Kevlar gloves, lockout tagout, weld jacket or weld sleeves, and safety glasses. Due to COVID-19, now face shield and a face mask have been added to the PPE.
And for our body weld process, it all starts in underbody. And underbody, it starts in front floor tack. And front floor tack is just welded parts together. And from there, it heads to a front floor respawn, where it just goes over our past welds and makes them even better. And from there, it hits motor component tack, and then motor component respawn. And from there, and then it's under rear tack and then under rear respawn. And once all of those are finished, they all meet up at the end under rear final, underbody final. And from there, it's transferred to main body tack. While in main body tack, the truck hits a station where its side member left and side member right are put on. And what side member left and right are is the doors. And also on that same station, our back panels, our roof, and our cowl header are also put on. And once finishing there, it heads to main body respawn. And then from there, it's CS1, where also shell body comes in and all the tailgate inners and door inners are put on too. And from there, it's CS2, where it's just quality inspection, make sure it's all look nice. And from there, finally, it hits WT, which also stands for wheel to tent.
So in Weld, our shop curriculum consisted of binary and hexadecimals, PLC, which stands for Programmable Logistics Controller, Robot Axis, Pneumatics Board, and Ohm's Law. And our mentors were great teachers as they showed us strategies to quickly and effectively understand the language of computers, as well as demonstrating Ohm's Law using diagrams and refreshing our knowledge on Ohm's Law. For my reflection, well, throughout the entire internship, I had lots of fun and learned a lot from my mentors as they showed me around the shops and gave me plenty of valuable information, both for work and personal life. This internship as well sharpened my soft skills, which will make me more versatile with people. I'm personally very grateful to have this experience with Toyota, as I now have a taste of what a career in advanced manufacturing looks like. And my pathway is I plan to finish high school, then explore my options.
At the beginning of the program, I was a little skeptical. I really didn't talk to my fellow team members. I had no clue how this internship will go for me. But over the weeks, I learned so many things as well as made so many friendships that I will always carry with me. Within the following year, I plan on graduating high school and joining either the U.S. Air Force or the AMT program.
To start off my reflection, I would like to give a huge thank you to our mentors. Without them, we wouldn't be here where we are now. And I also like to give a big thank you to Jose and Maurice, because without them, I wouldn't be able to get a first hands-on experience with manufacturing. Coming into the internship, I was really excited because when I was in 5th grade, I took a tour in the plant, and from then I was hooked on wanting to work for Toyota. I'm happy to say that my expectations were met. I learned a lot and picked up a few skills. I also had the opportunity to meet some amazing people that were really friendly, and I really enjoyed working with them. To continue on from my pathway, I would like to come back and continue as AMT.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jasmine Munoz. I currently attend Southwest Legacy High School, and I'm an ATMA intern at TMMTX, and my personal safety commitment is to enforce standards at every moment to eliminate the risk of sacrificing quality and to ensure everybody's safety and wellness.
Hello, everybody. My name is Daniel Corta. I currently attend Harvard High School. My personal safety commitment is I will always follow all safety guidelines and fix anything subpar to ensure mine and my colleagues' safety in the workplace.
Good afternoon. My name is Matthew Esparza. I'm an ATMA intern with TMMTX. My personal safety commitment is to be fully aware of my surroundings to ensure the safety of myself and others, and I am from Southwest Legacy High School. So our Toyota value is Genshi Genbutsu, and that is to go to the source to find the facts, to make correct decisions, build consensus, and achieve goals at our best speed. When we first learned about Genshi Genbutsu, we were referred to it as get your boots on. And so we chose the quote, "How can you expect to do your job without getting your hands dirty?" by Kiichiro Toyota. This quote really stuck with us because throughout the whole internship, we were on the front, getting our hands dirty.
So the required PPE for the paint department was a hard hat, safety glasses, our paint suit, steel-toe shoes, our lockout tagout, and due to COVID, we had to wear a face mask and face shield. So the process of paint, so it starts from WT, where it comes from a weld, and then it goes to PT to ED. ED negatively charges the trucks, and then it'll be positively, the positive paint will be placed on the negative trucks. Then it'll go to underbody coat, primer, oven, then to the night storage, and then inspection, and then base and clear coat or a repetition of oven, night storage, and inspection.
So for the week we spent in paint department, our curriculum consisted of a tour of the paint shop, of course, electrical work, or which we stripped wires and then we crimped them. And once we had those wires, we used said wires for some configurations in which we wired circuits on an electrical box. We were then able to use and teach a robotic arm to write what we wanted on a piece of paper. From then, lastly, we ended the week with PLC, which is Programmable Logic Controller, in which we wrote programs into a laptop and then into a system in order to make a series of lights work. Throughout the entire process, our AMTs, David, Isaac, Caleb, and Carlos, did an amazing job at teaching us everything we needed to know and making sure we understood the curriculum. And for my reflection, I just wanted to say that the ATMA internship here at Toyota was a huge learning experience in which I grew as not only a worker, but just a person as a whole. I received skills that will continue to be valuable throughout my whole life. And for my pathway, I'm still exploring my options of whether I want to attend a 4-year or just become an AMT.
So for my reflection, I came into the internship without knowing very much, but after the internship, I felt like I've learned a lot and I got a taste of what the manufacturing skill is, but I'm not too sure. So my pathway is I'm undecided if I'd like to go to Texas A&M Corpus Christi or I'd like to come back for the AMT program, but I think it's a very interesting program.
Overall, I really enjoyed my experience here at TMMTX. Everybody was really welcoming. I enjoyed every part of it. And for my pathway, I am still deciding between whether or not I want to be an AMT or go to college. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Manny Berma. I am an ATMA at TMMTX. I currently attend Southwest Legacy High School, and my personal safety commitment is to always remain vigilant and identifying potential safety hazards to ensure that said hazards are eliminated the Toyota way.
Hello again. My name is Madeline Castro. I go to Harlandale High School. I am an ATMA intern with Toyota Motor Manufacturing Texas, and my personal safety commitment is to follow all COVID-19 protocols to ensure the safety of my teammates and I. The value that we got is respect, standing for we respect others, make every effort to understand each other, take responsibility, and do the best to build mutual trust. The quote we chose for this was be contributive to the development and welfare of the country by working together, regardless of position, and faithfully fulfilling your duties. We chose this quote because we noticed here in Toyota, nobody is your enemy. Everybody's working together to reach one goal, and nobody's here to see your downfall. So, some of the PPE we have to wear in plastics includes your hard hat, your safety glasses, your safety gloves, steel-toe boots, hearing protection, and your lockout tagout lock. Also, because of COVID, we still have to wear a face mask and a face shield. And to mention, if you are going into the paint booth, you have to wear a paint suit.
Okay, and then I will now explain the process of plastics. Plastics first begins in the silos where an on-site supplier will come in and bring the resin that will be used to make either the instrument panels or the bumpers. From the silos, the resin is then sent off to the sifters where a certain percentage of used resin will be mixed in with the new resin in order to recycle. From the sifters, it is then sent off to the dryers where any moisture will be removed from the resin, then gets sent off to the hoppers, which acts as a storage bay, waiting for the signal to shoot that resin into the barrels. The barrels will then heat up the resin and send them off to the plungers. From the plungers will inject that molten resin into the TIMs or Toyota injection mold machines. Depending on which TIM it is sent off to, that will decide which part is being made. If the resin is sent off to TIM 1, then bumpers are being made. After the bumpers are made, a team member will quickly inspect the bumpers looking for any defects and then gets off to P1 to P7. P1 to P7 is essentially a pattern where the bumpers will have its primer its base as well as its clear coat added to it, which will give it its clear finish as well as its intended color. After P7, it is then sent off to the ovens where it's completely dried off and then gets sent to the night storage, which allows the paint to completely cool off. From the night storage, team members will then inspect the bumpers in inspection, looking for any defects, and then get sent off to assembly for installation. If the resin is injected into TIM2, then instrument panels are being made. Once the instrument panels are made, a team member quickly inspects for any defects and then gets sent off to end mill, where a machine will precision cut a large enough slot which will allow the airbags to deploy properly when installed. This is considered a Delta S safety standard because those slits have to be perfectly made every single time in order to potentially save lives. From the end mill, it is then sent off to the vibration welder, where high frequencies are used to weld the airbag frame onto the instrument panel. From the vibration welder, it is then sent off to VTEX, where they will do the actual installation of the airbags, as well as installing the instrument panels onto the trucks. During our week in plastics, we were first taught the basics of Ohm's laws, as well as electricity, as well as learn schematic readings in order to differentiate between parallel, series, and combination circuits. Later on in the week, we were tasked with disassembling and reassembling a pump, as well as being taught how to properly handle tools and use them effectively. Our final projects included the pneumatics and electrical boards, where we were tasked to create our own pneumatics and electrical circuits while following the drawn out schematics that we had to copy and create onto the boards. While we were doing that, a team leader named Alex was there guiding us along the way and showing us his process of what a team member will do when they're actually on the line. For reflections, I first came to this program enthusiastic because I was recommended by previous ATMAs to join the program. And by the end of this internship, I can just say that I am genuinely impressed with everything here. I enjoyed how everyone has a friendly attitude and that no one is there to butt heads with you, that everyone there wants you to succeed and they're more than willing to help you succeed. For my pathways, I intend to join the AMT program and hopefully after graduation get hired on as an actual team member for Toyota. Thank you.
For me, at the beginning of this internship, I honestly didn't know what I was getting myself into, but I'm really glad I stuck through it and I finished the whole thing. I learned a lot from a lot of different people, and I'm just overall really glad that I stuck with it. After high school, I plan to either join the AMT program or go to college to get my degree in counseling and psychology.
Good afternoon. My name is Mark Aguirre. I currently attend Southwest Legacy High School. I'm an ATMA intern at TMMTX, and my personal safety commitment is to ensure that me and my team members understand the task at hand, therefore minimizing incidents on the floor.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ariel Alcala. I currently attend John Jay High School, and I am also an ATMA intern at TMMTX. My personal safety commitment is to continuously improve my safety behaviors by stop pointing and looking at intersections to avoid accidents in the Toyota workplace. So the Toyota value that we were assigned was teamwork, which means we stimulate personal and professional growth, share the opportunities of development, and maximize individual and team performances. The quote we picked was, "People are the most important aspect of Toyota and the determinants of the rise and the fall of Toyota," by Eiji Toyota. We picked this because, going through this with a partner, it really helps, or it personally really helped me grow and just set the bar higher for myself. I think that goes for everyone in Toyota as well. We all are a team, and at the end of the day, we need each other for the success of Toyota itself.
Wait, what?
Okay, so
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna go. Okay. Some of the personal protective safety equipment that was required in assembly was safety glasses, hard hat, steel toe shoes, Kevlar gloves sometimes, and for sure lockout, tagout, or locks. Although due to COVID-19, some implementations that were added were face shields and masks as well. Okay, so as for the process of assembly, so coming from paint, we have the cab and the deck. They both get simultaneously worked on, although cab has more steps that go through, so I'll explain that first. So with the cab, it goes through trim. And what trim is like the doors are getting taken off, and while they're getting taken off, the team members work inside the interior. So while that's happening, deck goes through its process and goes finally to forma, and then the cab goes to chassis 1, and that's when they meet for marriage. Marriage is where the cab and the deck both meet. Mark will explain the rest of the process.
So yeah, as Ariam said, it goes to marriage, and after marriage, we go through the rest of the chassis and final, which is basically where we install our main fluids and some electrical components. For example, we install our brake fluid, our steering wheel fluid, and as well as the battery and your headlights and rear lights. From then on, we go to VP, which stands for vehicle performance. This is basically where we perform a variety of tests, where we'll report, for example, like your brake test, your headlight test as well. From here, it goes to showers. Now, showers is basically where we're going to test if there's any leakage within the vehicle, as well as to get rid of any dust that may have been left in the vehicle or fingerprints that have been left from the team members. After this, it goes to shipping. Now, in shipping, the vehicle is no longer considered like Toyota's. It is considered as a customer's, and in shipping, they install your airbag. From here, it goes to wax, where they add a sealant on the underbody of the vehicle, which basically helps prevent corrosion. So during the week, we did a couple of tasks, curriculum, starting off with fabrication, where we started welding. We did PLC, which stands for Programmable Logic Controller, where we learned ladder logic, along with sharpening our skills with electrical and pneumatics. For reflection, coming into the ATMA program, I kind of had an idea of what I wanted to do, but I wasn't completely sure. But throughout the whole internship, I can now say that I am confident that this is the correct pathway for me. And if it wasn't for my mentors and my team members, Jose and Maurice and my fellow interns, their overwhelming support guided me to the right path. And for the pathway, I will continue with the ATMA program and continue to become an AMT. And I want to further my career within Toyota.
As for me, overall, this internship has helped me grow a lot. I've learned to both adapt and really learn the essence of and the value of teamwork. I think my partner Mark really has helped me push myself and grow more than I expected to, because seeing him, he helped me just improve on myself way more. And even now, with my communication skills have actually grown. I couldn't picture myself talking in front of a group and a crowd every Friday for report out. As for my next step, I think I'm gonna keep an open mind. After all, this internship, that was the main purpose of it, to actually explore my options, and that's what I think it really did. Although I'm really actually considering coming back for the AMT program. And yes, that's it. Thank you.
All right, awesome. I'm going to give them one last round of applause. Great job, guys. Great job. Okay, what I'd like to do now is open it up for some Q&A. The way we're going to structure the Q&A, if you don't mind typing it into the chat, we're going to monitor the chat. We'll read it, and if you have a question, we'll unmute you so you can also chime in if you wish. Do you want to set that up? Okay. Is there any questions out there? No questions?
Kevin has a question.
Okay.
Can you hear me, Kevin, or?
Tell them he can unmute. They can hear him. Yep.
You can unmute Kevin. Other high schoolers to join this program.
Who wants to take that one on?
I will, I guess. It's just a really great learning experience, and it's really good if you just want to explore your options. You don't really know what you want to do after high school, and then also, of course, you get a paid internship in the summer, so that's pretty convincing.
Kevin, if you want to unmute, I think they can hear you. If you want to try it.
Okay. I didn't know I thought I was using the chat, so I'll just use this. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can actually.
Okay. Well, I'm Kevin Vocal, so I'll give you my safety commitment is to follow CDC guidelines to protect myself and others during this pandemic. So first of all, congratulations to all of you, and thank all of the staff and mentors for this wonderful program. So, during this time, it was maybe uncharacteristic if we were going to continue, especially in the middle of COVID, because you are our most precious resource, just like every other team members. But you're a little bit different because you're not full time. We want to make sure that you could stay safe as well as everybody. And I'm sure your family was thinking about that. So thank you for taking the risk to join. So I had a couple of questions I was typing in. I'll just ask them to you personally. One is, now that you've been through this program, how would you encourage your fellow high school students to join based upon some of you had mentioned that you didn't know what it was going to be like. So now that you've been through this program, how would you encourage others to join this program?
What I had said beforehand was it's just an amazing learning experience. And whether you're not sure you're into the manufacturing field, it's always like, what can you lose? There's a lot of things you can learn. And I said, one great thing that offers is just a paid internship in the summer. So even despite everything else, if you're not interested in anything else, at least you get paid. So there's that.
One thing I would like to add on is, even if you don't know anything at all about manufacturing, everyone here, all our mentors are willing to teach you. They have a lot of patience, and everyone is willing to teach you. They want you to succeed. They want you to become team members so you can help the company grow and be better.
I'd like to add on. As for how we can do this, though, I know some of the academy, like Mr. Young, he goes to the high schools itself and talks to the high school students and recruits them. I guess there he could ask maybe us, other school seniors, people who've been through the internship, and just talk about it more from their experience. I think I didn't get to see that, so that would have really helped me and inspired me to know way more and just go into depth. Because like what Jasmine said, it's just an exploring opportunity. Whether you do or do not like it, at the end of the day, you can't go wrong.
Great answers. I see Sandy not ask a question, so I'll be her proxy and speak up for her. She's got one in the chat here that says, what was the most challenging situation you faced in your shop?
I believe that the most challenging thing we faced was definitely adaptability, especially because, with everything going on, a lot of times our schedules were being thrown out the window sometimes, and the AMTs, they were kind of just going with the flow. One day we were doing something, and the next day we were supposed to have one thing assigned, and it was completely changed. So I definitely think adaptability and just learning to work with what's happening is definitely something we have to learn.
Okay.
What was the question?
The question was, what was the most challenging situation you faced in your shop?
For me, I would say asking questions, because I was I didn't have the courage to ask the question. I'll feel ashamed asking the questions because I was thinking like, oh, they're gonna criticize me. They're gonna tell me, oh, he wasn't paying attention and this and that. But actually, no, they always persuade you to ask a question because if you're not unsure, they want you to learn it the best way and the fastest way.
Okay. Well, Sandy's still typing, so I've got a couple of other questions, but I'll read another one of hers. She says, what behavior, and so sorry, let me talk about Sandy Knott. Sandy Knott is the Vice President of Administration. So she's really oversees this whole program for human resources also. So her second question is, what behavior do you believe improved for you as a result of working at TMMTX? So maybe what behavior did you learn or improve from working here?
Adaptability for sure, because I mean, every week we had to learn new information no matter what, and we had to keep that information, not forget about it. So it was a lot of note taking and trying not to forget what we learned the previous week, and just trying to keep all the information, not trying to lose track of what we learned over the weeks.
Okay.
I would have to say for me is being more outgoing, having to meet new mentors and new partners every single week. It really taught me to be not as shy and be outgoing and be trying to break the ice as soon as I can, so we can all be comfortable and we can learn an easier process.
Okay.
I kind of want to talk like for the rest of my colleagues or my interns, the rest of the interns. A lot of them, this is their first job that they've ever had. So a lot of them have had to mature and become a lot more responsible in order to be in this workplace and understand what it's like to have a job. Yeah.
Good. Well, that's good. I've got a couple more questions for you. And one is, I'm very interested, when you would go home, what was the most common questions that your parents would ask you?
So one of the most common questions my mom would ask me is, "Are you tired?" Because I would work 2 jobs, so I'd work a job after this, and I would have to get off from Toyota and to go work another job. But no, after a while, I got used to it, and it was just second nature.
Okay. What about others?
Well, definitely for me, when I got home, the first thing my mother asked after our first week, when it was our first day, well, actually on the second week after our first day in the factory, first thing she asked me was, what exactly is Toyota doing to protect you from the whole COVID that's happening in globally? And I had told her how now they have us wear a face mask and maintain 6 feet social distance, and how they make us wear face shields whenever we can't maintain that 6 feet. And as well, she also asked me asked me started teaching you, and if I'm actually learning anything there. And I definitely had told her that the main thing I liked was that it was hands-on, because that's something I learned a lot, and she was just very happy, and she was very supportive of that, because I wasn't just there and they just had me in a corner just there the entire day. But no, they actually had me doing things and teaching me something that I actually wanted to learn.
Good. Good. Well, there's some other questions coming in, and I'll encourage them, Marco May and Eric Barnett. So I think you're online, so you can jump off mute and ask these questions live.
Okay, we'll start with Marco May. Mark, if you want to unmute.
Yeah, Jose, can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, first of all, just thanks again to the shop skilled leaders for their commitment in this, and Jose, Maurice, and Mary, and of course all the ATMA students for your commitment this summer. I suspect that your experience this summer is a little different than your friends, maybe who got to sleep in late and put on a pair of shorts and flip-flops to start their day, where you guys were up before the sun, I expect. And wearing hard hats and face shields. And so thanks for your commitment for this summer. And I know that I'm trying to remember what it was like many, many years ago when I was in high school, and I didn't have that kind of commitment, and I appreciate your commitment and effort to this program. Great opening comments, Madeline. Thank you for that. And I think it's really exciting for me to kind of relearn, reinvigorate through you. And it's very exciting just to hear that your lives are full of promise and choices. You all have, your path is wide open at this point, and hopefully this helped kind of maybe hone some of that direction, or at least clarify some things. So again, thank you. My one question for the group is, what was your, and I'm trying to think a better way to word this, was your experience. What did you learn, or what was your experience with diversity this summer here at TMMTX?
Diversity in what meaning?
Diversity in what meaning, Mark? Is the
I'm sorry?
The question from them is diversity in what way?
In what role? What was your experience? Walking into TMMTX, what did you see? What did you learn? How did diversity in people, diversity in what you saw play into your experience? I'm interested in hearing some of your perceptions, or what have you learned, or what did you observe around diversity in general and this experience over the last 8 weeks?
Something that I noticed was definitely that it didn't matter what background you came from, where you came from, who you were, as long as you showed up with a good attitude and you were ready to work, that was all that mattered, really. Everyone gave you respect, everybody was kind, and that was really refreshing to see.
So something to add is that no matter what position, kind of like how Madeline said in a way, no matter what position a team member was in, they would help us no matter what. And if we always had questions, they would always answer.
Going in hand with what Mark had said, here at Toyota, something that they really pride themselves on is just saying that no matter what role you are, whether you're a group leader, a team leader, anything, we're all just team members here at Toyota. We all see each other in the same light.
Great answers. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mark. We'll move on to the next person. Eric Barnett, if you're online, if you want to unmute yourself.
Yeah, Jose, thank you. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Eric Barnett, and I'm the GM for Paint, Plastics, and Facilities Group. My safety commitment is to promote a safety culture in my areas where zero incidents are possible. This is a very special program to me, as myself and Mary Batch led the #1 program back in, I believe, in 2011. So I have a special connection to this program, and I'm very proud and pleased to see you standing there with your mask and face shields on, which makes this program even more difficult to complete. But I commend you for what you've accomplished. It takes a extremely very special person to give up their summer between their junior and senior year to get up before dawn and come in and work 8 hours and give up all that time that you could have been spending with your friends and family. It demonstrates that you maybe understand, have a bigger picture for your future. So I commend you on that. So my question is, from this program standpoint, how has this program helped you grow personally?
I would say for me, it has made me like mature more and be able to work with people out of my comfort zone. Just because I'm a girl, it was a bit uncomfortable working with a whole bunch of guys at first. But after a while, I got used to it, and I learned that I can work with anyone and be professional at the same time.
I'd say it helped me grow with my cooperation skills a lot, because personally, I'm a very competitive person. But when I come into the shop, I need to remind myself that I have a partner. And it really helped me reinforce the idea that I'm in this this is a team effort. This isn't just a one person thing. And it also helped me a lot with speaking skills in order to talk formally in front of a large crowd. And I'm very grateful for that.
One thing I like to from what Manu said, I used to be always a close-minded person. I always think my way is the right way. I usually never like to be corrected. I was always correct. But from learning the Toyota way and my own partners, I learned to accept that not everything's my way. I can learn, and sometimes I could be wrong, and I have to accept it. And I like that I learned that.
Something I learned here as a skill would be just learning how people think of different or their ideas, and how it helped me because I now understand a little more that everybody thinks differently, but we can all come together to make one great idea, or in some cases, we can come up with a more effective way for a process, or for better yet, for us, it was more our mentors found ways to connect to us to make it easier to teach to us.
Excellent. Thank you, everybody, and congratulations again.
All right, thank you. Okay, looks like that's all the questions in the chat. Awesome. So great questions, great answers. Again, very proud of you guys. Okay, so as we move on with the program, I'd like to invite Mary Batch up to give a few closing comments.
Okay, so we're about ready to wrap up this presentation with the ATMAs. And just like Eric Barnett had spoken, you know, he talked about when we first pioneered this back in 2011. I do have to say that this probably is the most challenging internship we've had out of all the years, just simply with everything that's going on within the community in the United States and the world by the COVID. We were standing there trying to decide whether or not we should even bring all these young people in here to do an internship, but we felt that we were able to do it. It was going to be a big challenge as far as social distancing, big challenge with all the COVID training and everything, but everything was able to be done because at the end of the day, when we look at what we're doing, we're looking at how we get back to the community. And this is one way we get back to the community, is by inviting high schoolers in here to show them what their choices are, what kind of options they have when it comes to career fields. Because you're getting ready to graduate 1 year from now, or less than a year from now. And you're going to be there with your choice, making one of the biggest decisions in your entire life of what you're going to do, because now they're going to say, you are officially an adult. And with that said, by giving you the resources and tools for you to be able to make really good decisions. But for my suggestions for you, my recommendation is that you go with your heart. Go with the things that you're passionate about. And I heard a couple of you talk about you're still trying to find that spot where you're passionate about it. Okay, it's going to take time. But the good news is that every one of you are very, very intelligent, and you've learned some very invaluable skills this summer. And I heard a lot of it already: work ethic, adaptability, being able to work together as a team. And you talk about diversity and inclusion as well, because that's the most important thing when you're doing things like this, is you want to make sure that you're going to be accepted. And we definitely felt that through your presentation today that you said, I was accepted. I was accepted for who I am, and everybody was willing to help me learn about manufacturing. So those are really, really good things. So those are the skills that you started developing. I want you to think about those skill sets, because those of you continue through the ATMA program as a senior, those robots that you learned, electrical you not learned, you're going to be taking those classes in the senior year. So now you have a leg up on everybody else that's going to be in class, because you already know some of these things. You've already been introduced to the basics. All right, so just kind of take that into consideration of the things that you help you make those decisions, okay? So really what it is, we love our community. We seen value back in 2011 that the upcoming generation is going to be our future. So your future becomes our future. We're all in this together. And I am very, very proud of all of you to have hung in through here, through all the challenges and things we've had this summer. So again, I'd like to do another final applause for all 13 of you.
All right, so now we'd like to recognize everybody. So Mary's going to call your name and ask you to come up and receive a small token of our appreciation.
I'm calling the names?
Yes.
Okay. Kimberly?
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Mark? Miriam? Daniel? Jonathan? Daniel? Madeline? Leonardo? Leo? Matthew? Kenneth? Jasmine? Nathaniel? And Sharon?
Okay, so that brings us to the end of our program. I'm going to ask them all to come up one last time, just like we did in Q&A, so we can yosh this meeting to a close. All right, so I personally want to say, great summer. I'm going to miss you guys. Wish you guys nothing but the best moving forward. Maurice as well. We're gonna miss you guys. Hope to see you in the future, no matter what that pathway takes you, all right? So we're gonna yosh this meeting and say close. ATMA on 3. All right. 1, 2, 3, ATMA, close! All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody out there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great job. Great job, everybody.
Fantastic job.
Great job, guys.